85X. Let's take a look here. I can't take off the distortions, unfortunately. They are stuck to the ship. So that's what we got. And people will get to see, here we go, into the first turn. Into the next. Get behind him if I can. Come on. Push forward. Get a positional advantage on him, a little downstrafe. Again, throttle control is really key, right? And also looking at where he's going, a little boost there to kind of stay in behind him. Feel a weapon charge here. Come on, stay in nice and tight. There it is. 2. Fight! Oh, there we go. Into the first turn. Right, return to center. 45-degree turn. Bottom thrusters, return to center. Close the distance. Into the turn fight again. Boost through, back to engines. Turn fight again, 45-degree into the raid fight, into the chase because he's telegraphing. Roll into my shots. Boost hard, upstrafe. Switch back to engines. Track him into the next turn. He's going to move to the right, so I want to roll. 45-degree turn. Upstrafe hard. Bottom thrusters. Keep my orientation. Keep my levels. Slow down because I want to keep the circle nice and tight and stay with him. Look at my velocity indicator. It should be with his ship. And I've got him in the chase here. A little bit of boost. He's telegraphing because he wants to run. Khartu-Al, Bloodhound. Never fought him before. Bounty hunter or a duelist. Let's see what he's got. Let's see if he wants to do a pass. Thing with the Khartu-Al is like most people don't realize that the ship doesn't behave like your typical human style fighter. Oof, what a concept, right? Like, yeah, I can already tell he's lost the fight. Oh, nice turn. That was not bad. There we go. Follow him into the rate fight. There's an extension. Up over the nose. I think he's got some kind of distortion. Double distortion build in here. So I've only actually got 2 size 1s for DPS. But again, right? Look how powerful the distortions are. I've shut down most of his damage. And I believe he can't respawn his shields now anymore. So now we just got to close the distance and finish the fight. Because the fight's pretty much already won. He's going to try and range play me here, but I can keep on closing the distance. And it looks like he might be totally disabled at this point. Nope, he's got some life in him. There we go. Tricky to hit the little guy, that's for sure. I've only got 2 size 1 guns for DPS, right? So look how, like, he hasn't been firing for quite a while. So the fight's already won, but this is a good example of why distortions right now are performing outside of what I think they should be. Alright everybody, welcome back to another video. So this was pretty cool. We had the 85X from Origin Jumpworks out around the Yale OM1 having some fights with some of the locals on the server that we were in. And I gotta say, I've been telling people for a while now that the 85X is kind of this unsung hero when it comes to dogfighting. The 85X is a monster. I mean, it really is. In this specific patch, the problem with the 85X is that you can't take off the distortion guns. I tried, but the problem is they're attached to the turret and you can't touch the turret whatsoever. I'm sure there's a bug report being put about this, but you used to be able to fit four ballistic or 4 laser repeaters on here. But with the way distortion metas are currently, having the 2 size 1 distortions on there probably is a better loadout than having four standard repeaters, right? But for those of you guys who don't know, the 85X has a higher turn rate than some even fighters of its class. The ship is extremely small. extremely maneuverable. And with 4 size 1 guns, you basically have more DPS. Actually, you do have more DPS than something like even the Talon with 2 size 4s. Now, that's obviously due to the current state of the weapon balance, which we all know is very transitory, what CIG has been calling a baseline balance, right? So if anybody's losing sleep over their Talon not having enough DPS, don't worry. Yogi and the guys, I'm sure, are looking into this, and they probably feel very similar to how I feel about the situation, because from what I've gathered, Yogi and the crew that's working on flight combat definitely know what they're doing and definitely know what they're talking about, right? So it's pretty exciting to see some of the changes coming down the pipe. But for the time being, you guys know me. You guys know that I'm going to give you the skinny on what we currently have right now, and tell you guys pretty honestly that if you put yourself in an 85X and you work on your fundamentals, you work on your S turns, your rate fighting, your extensions, just your overall throttle discipline, trigger discipline, all these things. If you work on all your basics and you combine them together, you'll start winning fights with the 85X pretty handily. What I like about this thing is it's crisp. So when I say I like a ship that feels crisp, what I'm talking about is the jerk profile. Now, the jerk profile is basically the time it takes for the request, which means, if I pull my stick up 5 degrees, I'm asking my ship, okay, I'm requesting 5 degrees upstrafe, or 5 degrees pitch up. So then the IFCS talks to the thrusters and they say, okay, Avenger wants 5 degrees pitch. And so the thrusters go, all right, well, if he wants 5 degrees pitch, then, they're going to start working to give me 5 degrees pitch. But the amount of time it takes for my nose to start moving towards that direction and how fast the acceleration goes from 0 to 100 is what's called the jerk, right? So it's the acceleration curve that the thrusters are using. And when I say the ship feels really crisp, it means that the acceleration curve is very shallow, which means that you get the acceleration you're asking for on demand very quickly. And that in and of itself is one of the big reasons why I really like the 85X, because it's a very sharp fighter. It's very on point. It's very much like how, you guys know I talk about the Arrow like it's, like I'm in a relationship with it, because I just absolutely adore the Arrow because it's super, super crisp in terms of its ability to get on target. It does exactly what I want it to do when I want to do it. And the 85X is definitely in that category. It's definitely, if you're looking at performance and feeling, the 85X definitely feels like I can only describe as a high quality piece of equipment. So pretty exciting, guys. All right, guys, that's all I got for you today. Just a few dogfights with the good old 85X. No crazy concepts to break down, just a little discussion about jerk profiles and crispness. But again, guys, like if you're going to use the 85X, throw some repeaters on it, work on your fundamentals, just like how the Pisces video was, and you will be blown away with how effective this little thing can be, because it's got everything where it counts. Small profile, decent shields, 4 times guns, and with this meta, boy, 4 times size 1 guns can do some serious damage. All right, guys, take a look at Predator mounts. If you're interested in getting a Predator mount system for your joysticks, it's the ones I used. Use the code Avenger1 to get a discount if you're interested. Other than that, guys, take a look at the stream. We stream almost every day. I'd love to see all you guys come out, support the channel, have some fun, see, meet the co-pilot, talk a little shit, have some fun, and just go from there. Guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day. I was Avenger1, and I'll see you next time.